Number 12, Brian D'Angelo. Number 18, Todd Davidson. Number 20, Tony Ronaldo. Number 21, Greg Didio. Number 22, Donnie Bozart. Number 26, Rich Bruni. Number 27, Brett Somerville. Number 28, Jeff Almeida. Number 30, Brian Potter. Number 32, Keith Langen. Number 38, Ben Nugent. Number 39, Eric Wood. Number 40, Matt Stefani. 42, Kevin Leahy. Number 49, Tim Coughlin. Number 55, Sean Leonard. Number 56, Chad Switzer. Number 57, Paul Crafty. Number 58, Scott McKelvin. Number 60, Brian Rankin. Number 63, Franny Reed. Number 65, Brad Pike. Number 66 is Randy Mancuso. Number 68, Mark Greenwood. Number 70, Paul Majarowicz. Number 71, Wes Cascone. Number 77, Dave DeWitt. Number 80, Brett Graver. Number 81, William Dunleavy. Number 83, Michael Nagengast. Number 88, Dave Anderson. Number 89, Rob Davidson. The head coach, Al Canali. Assistant coaches, Bill Restina, Steve Canali, Marty Dunleavy, and Don Mortimer. The trainer, Tony Ronaldo. Officials, there is no Star Spangled Banner. My tape broke. Are number 28, Jeff Almeida. Number 39, Eric Wood. Number 60, Brian Rankin. Number 20, Tony Ronaldo. The captains for Voorhees, number 33, Steve Morans. Number 85, Mike Shemansky. Number 11, Jamal Harris. And number 26, Paul Evans. Kicking off for Lenape, number 39, Eric Wood. Back deep for Voorhees is number 32, Dennis Young. Was made by Keith Langen and Randy Mancuso. Mike Shemansky carried the ball on a reverse for a first down for Voorhees. Richie Bruni on the tackle. Tackle by Brian Potter and Donnie Bozarth after a gain of about a yard. Second down, 9 for Voorhees. Ball was carried by number 32, Dennis Young.
Get back! Get back!
Nice pass from the Voorhees quarterback to number 32, to number 56, Brian Rourke. Gain of about 6 yards, brings up a 3rd and 3. Tackle by Scott Kelly. Knocked out of bounds by Richie Bruni. Nice tackle by Brian Potter and John D'Angelo. Loss of about 2 yards on a carry by Dennis Young from Voorhees.
Wide side! Wide side, reverse!
Kicked off by Dave Anderson. That's about an 80-yard touchdown run. Pass intended for Robbie Davidson. Incomplete, intercepted by the Voorhees secondary. Kicking the ball off is Eric Wood for Lenape. Back deep is Dennis Young for Voorhees. Number 23 from Voorhees, Eddie Willis. Recovered the ball. It's on the Voorhees 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Voorhees team.
Yeah.
John D'Angelo from Lenape knocked down the interference, and Brian Potter made a nice tackle on number 32, Dennis Young from Voorhees. 7 for Voorhees. Timeout.
Watch the reverse!
Beautiful tackle by Donnie Bozarth. Dennis Young on the end run. Loss of about 2 yards. It brings up a 4th down and 9 to go for Voorhees. Mike Szymanski back in punt formation for Voorhees. Greg Didio tackles Mike Szymanski. Lenape takes over 1st and 10 at their own, at the Voorhees 28. Handoff by Gary Golia to Tony Ronaldo. Pickup of about 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Fumble recovered by Voorhees, number 32 from Voorhees, made a nice fumble. Looked like some motion. And 8. Brian Potter in at linebacker for Lenape. Nice run by number 32, Dennis Young. Tackle by Tony Boom Boom Ronaldo and number 12, Brian D'Angelo. Donnie Bozarthan on the tackle. Again, it looked like Dennis Young. That's the end of the quarter. Nice run by Eric Wood. Tony went out.
You guys ain't gonna believe it. I missed it.
You did?
No, I didn't have it on.
Go!
Just intercepted the ball.
Tony went out. Ball recovered by the quarterback.
Good set.
Ball fumbled and recovered by Jeff Almeida.
Go! Go!
Brings up a 4th.
Hey! Go! Swear.
Jamal Harris knocked that ball down for Voorhees. Pass from quarterback Gary Golia to Mike Nagangath.
We have Kathy Van Segrin in the kitchen. John.
Nice tackle by number 70 for Lenape. Number 16 on the carry for Voorhees, picked up about 4 yards. Brings up about 3rd and 6. Ball was testing the middle of the line. Tackled by Jeff Almeida, Brian D'Angelo, and Brian Potter. Pick up of about a yard. That's a first down for Voorhees. Ball carried on a nice pitch by the quarterback to number 26, Paul Evans. 1st and 10 on the Voorhees 40. Tackle by... Tackle by the left side of... They're going around now, I think. Inside. Tackle was made by several members of the Lenape. Nice carry by the Voorhees ball carrier, Jim Elliott. Very close to Nice run by Tony Ronaldo. Picked up about 6 yards. Looks like movement on the Lenape side. Yes, it is. Julian Canale just woke up.
Elaine.
Elaine. Elaine. Elaine. Eric Wood on the carry. Tackle by number 85 for Voorhees. Mike Shamansky on the third down and about 3. Eric Wood on the first.
After the drawing, I'll give it to you. Drop 3 down. I don't trust you. I'll drop 3 down.
Tackle. Eileen Rankin, look up here. Eileen, turn around. Eileen, turn around. All the way around, Eileen. Adequate. Voorhees, that's the end of the half. Okay, last. All right, ma'am, you won. Returned by Jeff Almeida. Tackled by himself. Ball is on the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Eric Wood drives close to a 1st down. Tackled by a host of Voorhees tacklers. Tony Ronaldo on a nice carry. Brings it back up to the Tony Ronaldo drives close to a 1st down. Wood on a 90s territory. There's a flag on the play. Brought down by Dennis Young. Nice punt by Voorhees, whose husband, a very distinguished, well-respected person.
By who say so?
Steve Van Segren. Beginning of the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Hand up. Tony Ronaldo on a nice. Tony Ronaldo tests the center of the Voorhees. Defensive play. To stop Eric Wood on his end run, brings up a first and... Yeah, you want to do it? What, this? Oh, no, are you going to do the second game? Todd Davidson and Keith Langan. Tony Ronaldo on the carry. Brings it inside the 10-yard line, close to a first down. Who's 55 for us? Still Voorhees. Number 26 for Voorhees, and that's the end of the game. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams played a fine game. Leaders that have performed performing in front of us are the 130-pound cheerleading group led by Pat Zenizer, who acts as their advisor. Ladies and gentlemen, the cheerleaders who just entertained us, included in that group is Beth Benvenato, Casey Cardone, Missy Kolakowski, Kristen Mazzagetti, Sharon McBrayer, Paula Ruiz, Kelly Halfpenny, Kelly Thomas, Wendy Tiberzi, Dana Doby, Melissa. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen. They put in a significant amount of time. Number 60, Barati. Number 61, Scott. Number 85, Arts. The captains for Lenape. Number 19, John Almeida. Number 44, Ed Rankin. Number 52, Greg Henley. Back deep for Voorhees, number 32. Tackle by number 24. Fumble on the pass incomplete. Intended for number 85. Morris on the carry. Gain of about 3 yards. Flag is on the play. Referee's preliminary indication. Morris on the carry. Rankin, Eddie Rankin, touchdown. Tackle by Bob. Joey McCreed applies pressure to... Fumble on the play, loss of a yard. handoff to Eddie Rankin. Back deep the punt, Greg Henry. No, there's still stuff there. Fritz Wilhelm. I talked to him about your problem. He said there was a lot of stuff there. Voorhees ball carrier stopped by a host of Lenape. The penalties negate each other. Brings up a second and about 6 or 7. Too many guys.
They did?
Fumble recovered by Voorhees. Right about the 12-yard line. Ball's knocked loose. Recovered by Voorhees. Pass incomplete. Derek Moore. Incomplete, 1st and 10 Lenape. Nice tackle by the Voorhees defensive. Yards. Tackle by Barati. Timeout, Lenape.
Jeff Almeida with some entertainment.
Jeff Almeida. Timeout, Voorhees. Pass incomplete. Covering on the play, Chief Santos. Ritz on the run, a nice carry. Brings up a 4th and 3 situation. Fumble recovered by Eddie Rankin. 1st and 10, Lenape.
He's in the draft right now.
Eddie Rankin, 1st down, timeout. Tackle by number 20 on John Almeida. Number 20 for Voorhees is Chief Santos takes the ball to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Lenape.
So, what did he say?
We're not being allowed to introduce certain evidence from his arrest in '78.
How about the chains in his basement? And the syringe he had in his pocket that night, and the tape, and the
I'm
silencers?
afraid the jury's never going to hear about it.
What do you mean? The syringe? She was killed by an overdose. She had tape residue on her mouth. She had chain
They've
marks
been
on...
deemed prejudicial, Jack. They're never going to know about it.
None of it?
No. And they're never going to know anything about Jay Smith's daughter and her husband disappearing.
Is there any chance that Bradfield's going to testify?
Are you kidding? He'll just take the 5th. He still hopes to get a successful appeal someday.
Is Jay Smith going to testify?
I'm sure he won't. To this day, he insists he had nothing to do with the Sears jobs. That and the fact that Kostopoulos could never hope to control him in the courtroom. The guy's too unpredictable.
Okay, now, you tell me. What are our chances here?
50-50. Maybe.
7 years of my life, 50-50. Old Jay Smith looks pretty good for a 57-year-old convict.
He looks like a school teacher. He looks as banal as Adolf Eichmann.
All rise. You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, The case of the Commonwealth versus J.C. Smith represents the most massive criminal investigation in the history of Pennsylvania. There's only one defendant in this courtroom, but we are actually going to try two. Now, for the next few weeks, you will hardly hear the defendant's name mentioned. When you finally do, and when you finally understand the subtleties of this case, we are going to ask you to find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree. And if you should do that, to sentence him to death. Now, much of the evidence in this case is circumstantial. The witnesses will take you where you are going. I'm only a guide. And in the end, I will show you where the witnesses have taken you, and you can decide for yourselves where to take him. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm William Kostopoulos, lawyer for J. Smith. The prosecution has said that he is actually trying two defendants here. Well, there's a deceptive man involved in this case, and his name is William Sidney Bradfield. J. Smith was targeted by this man who is very good at deception. Master of exploitation. The prosecution has pulled from the bowels of the prison system other men that you're going to hear from. I will deal with them. 2.5 years ago, the prosecution tried William Sidney Bradfield, but had insufficient evidence to try J. Smith. Since that time, they have only added witnesses from within the prison system. These charges should not have been brought. Thank you.
He wanted a picture of a nude woman lying on her side with her knees up.
I don't care what J. Smith said back in 1979. I was not in the house on Valley Forge Road on the weekend of the murder. He had the place to himself. I didn't arrive there until Sunday afternoon. I was at the shore with my sister.
Everything that J. Smith said in his letter was at odds with the truth and our investigative findings. We could not find one witness who could substantiate his whereabouts on that weekend.
He told me if he got indicted, I should take Bradfield and kill him, dispose of the body in the woods up near Fayetteville.
I distinctly remember we were given a little green pin with a white P on it.
What will you do after graduating in June?
I'll be attending Temple University. I remembered that pin, and I remember the field trip. They gave each of us a pin.
Thank you. And what are your plans after graduating?
I'll be attending the University of Pennsylvania.
I know for certain Karen Reinert was on the school bus when we went to the museum in 1979.
And you saw Karen go into the museum and come home on the bus?
She was there. I always noticed Karen. She was really very cute. A lot of people at school had a crush on her. I guess I was just one of them.
Commonwealth calls Elizabeth Ann Brooke.
Do you swear or affirm in the cause now pending before this court to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Would you state your name for the record, please?
Elizabeth Ann Brooke.
What is your grandmother's name?
Mary Gove.
And where did she live in 1979?
On Woodcrest Drive in Ardmore.
Who was her next-door neighbor?
Susan Reinert.
Did you know Karen and Michael Reinert?
Yes, I did.
Now, I'm going to take you back to Friday, June 22nd, 1979. Were you visiting your grandmother?
Yes, I was.
Do you recall a hailstorm that evening?
Yes, sir.
Now, after the hailstorm was over, what did you do?
My grandmother and I went out on the porch. Karen and Michael came out of their house. Michael picked up some hailstones and he brought them to us. And he said, "Oh gosh, look how big they are."
Did Karen Reinert own a pin?
Yes, sir. It was a clip-on pin. It was green with a white P on it.
And how often did she wear it?
Practically every time I saw her, she had it on.
Now, Beth Ann, how was Karen dressed when you were all picking up the hailstones?
She had on a blouse with a scoop neck and a pair of shorts and sneakers.
Did she have anything on the blouse that you remember?
A pin.
I'm going to show you what is marked the Commonwealth's Exhibit number 110. Now, does that look familiar to you?
Yes, it does. That's just like the pin Karen had on.
Did you ever see Karen or Michael Reinert again after that evening?
No, sir.
Cross-examine.
Beth Ann, I'm going to show you a report made by an FBI agent back in 1979 after he talked to you and your grandmother. Now, you'll admit that there's no mention of a pin in your description of the clothing, is there?
No, sir.
No. When is the first time that you were asked to recall a pin?
Just a few weeks ago.
Just a few weeks ago. And who asked you?
Mr. Holtz.
I see. He showed you the pin, and then he asked you if you'd seen it before, right?
Oh, no, sir. As a matter of fact, he phoned and he didn't say anything about that. He just asked me to think about what she had on. To think about it one more time.
Okay, I have no further questions.
The last link in your chain. But is a chain strong enough to tether a goat?
Does Jay Smith have an airtight alibi for that weekend? Not even close. But then neither do I. Neither do you. And I'll guarantee that each and every one of you has a brown hair on the floor of your home that matches Susan Reinert's. You see, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Smith didn't know he would need an alibi. The alibi of William Sidney Bradfield, that he was at the shore with Chris Pappas and Vince Velitis and Sue Myers, is only good if you believe all of them. But if you don't believe one of them, the alibi is gone. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, very soon you're going to retire to deliberate on the fate of Jay Smith. In your hands rests the power of life and death. This is the gravest responsibility that our country imposes on its citizens. Even if you should decide that Jay Smith was probably somehow responsible, the law says that he is not guilty. Because in this country, we would rather acquit 9 guilty persons than convict 1 innocent man, let alone ask that he be put to death. You have the power to render the only appropriate verdict in this case based on the evidence. And that verdict is that Jay Smith is not guilty. It's in your hands. Thank you. What did I do, teacher?
The semester is not over yet.
Mr. Kostopoulos said in his opening argument that this is a case of murder in the first degree, or it is nothing. And and I agree with him. The defense implies that Chris Pappas, Vince Velitis, and Sue Myers were lying about the weekend of the murder. Well, think about them. There were more than 3 victims in this case. Think about the weak, obedient people. They might seem foolish, but do you believe that Vince Velitis could murder children? And perhaps the most damaging piece of evidence in this trial is the letter the defense describes as a nice note from Jay Smith to his sick wife. Do you remember it? Clean up the car, thoroughly. And he underscores it. He capitalizes the word clean for emphasis. And then he asks his wife to get up off her deathbed and throw away that basement rug in a house they've already sold. Well, the car wasn't cleaned up as thoroughly as he might have liked. And the police found a little green pin in that car. A pin that was nothing special to an adult. But to an 11-year-old girl, it was like an emerald. And she wore that pin the night she rode away in her mother's car to oblivion. There's an old story about children walking through the woods, leaving things on the ground to find their way home. On the night of June 22nd, 1979, Karen Reinert perhaps knew she wasn't coming back and left something for us. Or perhaps the force that looks after children left it there. Not so that Karen could find her way back home, but to tell us who sent her there! When I stopped talking, the 7-year criminal investigation into the murders of Susan and Karen and Michael Reinert will have ended. I'm asking you now to do the right thing. And I think you know what that is. Thank you. Gotta go home?
Of course I gotta go home. I got a home, remember? And a son.
They aren't gonna reach a verdict tonight. Did you see the face of juror number 3? I'm worried about that. How about number 7? I didn't like the way 7 looked.
All rise. You may be seated.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The court has been informed that the jury has reached a verdict. Would you hand the verdict slip to the clerk, please? Thank you. You may read the verdict. Would the foreperson please rise?
In the case of the Commonwealth versus J.C. Smith, number 1677, the charge of murder of Susan Reinert. How do you find the defendant?
Guilty, murder in the first degree.
In the case of the Commonwealth versus J.C. Smith, number 1677A, the charge of murder of Karen Reinert. How do you find the defendant?
Guilty, murder in the first degree.
In the case of the Commonwealth versus J.C. Smith, number 1677B, the charge of murder of Michael Reinert. How do you find the defendant?
Guilty, murder in the first degree.
Members of the jury, you have found this defendant guilty of murder in the first degree. We are now going to hold a sentencing hearing, during which counsel may present additional evidence and argument. You will decide whether the defendant is to be sentenced to death or life in prison.
Call J. Smith.
No diet in the world will help you lose weight until you do one thing: control your appetite.
I struggled to lose weight for a year. Then I took Dexatrim. Now the weight's gone, and I'm the size I want to be.
Dexatrim is amazing. I lost the weight I wanted without being hungry.
Dexatrim. You can't buy a stronger appetite control formula without a prescription. Just one capsule works all day to help you lose weight.
You lose weight and you're not even hungry.
Dexatrim. Nothing works harder to help you lose weight.
There's some big news for small dogs, and it's spreading all over town. Introducing Purina Dog Chow brand dog food for small dogs. Specially designed in tiny bite-sized pieces. Chock full of big taste and nutrition.
Max! Dinner.
It's big news for small dogs in the yellow bag.
In response to our challenge, people have attempted to stain new wear-dated carpet with stain blocker in some very imaginative ways. Of course, they haven't had much luck, but they're sure having fun trying.
Corning's see-through vision saucepan withstands heat that turns ordinary saucepans into sauce. Best of all, it lets you see your meal before it's all over. Visions by Corning. It's visibly superior.
Make it easy on yourself.
Throw away the gloves and breathe easy with No Fumes Easy Off Oven Cleaner. It's the end of oven cleaning irritation because No Fumes Easy Off is different from the rest.
Make it easy on yourself.
It's heat activated, working without harsh chemicals to dissolve grease easily. No irritation, no gloves, no fumes.
Make it easy on yourself.
With No Fumes Easy Off.
And now the conclusion of Echoes in the Darkness.
Mr. Smith, please state your full name for the record.
J. Charles Smith.
Your age, sir?
I'll be 58 June 5th.
Where are you from?
I've lived all my life in Chester, Pennsylvania.
How many years were you married until your wife passed away in August 1979?
28 years.
From the date of your imprisonment, what have you done in the institutional environment in which you live?
I act as a guidance counselor for inmates, helping them with their personal letters and personal problems. I handled 15 Vietnam vets, Agent Orange cases, helping them with their medical exams and proper discharges. I worked with a large number of Hispanics who couldn't speak English. I taught a class called How to Get a Job. I was an organizer of church activities. And I've worked for over 4 years on a criminal justice dictionary.
Charles Moncione told this jury about a certain issue of Penthouse magazine. How did that magazine tie into your dictionary?
I found that Black's Law Dictionary and Ballantyne's do not cover criminal justice definitions very well. In the criminal justice system, you have a great deal of trouble finding out about halfway houses, furloughs, leaves of absence. Most lawyers don't know much about corrections.
So it was in that category, corrections, that you needed the magazine?
Yes. A lot of people are sentenced for crimes involving battered wives and child abuse. And if you look at the issue, you'll see that there is an article about John Lennon beating up Yoko Ono and kicking his child. This was a child abuse item.
Did you want to testify before this jury during this trial?
Yes. It was my feeling that I should testify because I felt the jury was entitled to hear my side.
Mr. Smith, if this jury would spare your life, are you aware that you will spend the rest of your natural life in the prison system of this Commonwealth?
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Mr. Smith, are you asking this jury to spare your life?
Absolutely. Of course.
Where are the bodies of Karen and Michael Reinert?
I do not know.
Where did you kill Susan Reinert?
I did not kill Susan Reinert, nor her children. I had nothing to do with Susan Reinert.
In other words, you're telling this jury they made a terrible mistake. Is that right?
All of my life, I've lived in the American system. I think they made a decision honestly on the basis of what they were given. We accept their judgment. They say, I'm guilty, I'm guilty. You ask me if I think I did it, I didn't do it. I respect their judgment.
I didn't ask if you think you did it. Did you do it or didn't you?
I said I did not.
It's not a thinking process.
Your Honor, I object. He's arguing. Yes, I don't think you should argue with him.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you saying that you are not upset even though you were just unjustly convicted of 3 counts of murder in the first degree?
I'm upset. But I'm not the kind who falls apart. I've had enough military training to take whatever happens to me.
Where were you on the weekend of June 22nd, 1979, between 10 p.m. on Friday and noontime on Sunday?
Your Honor, I'm going to object.
I agree you can't go back into the case.
He's accepted the verdict.
All right. Now, you wanted a magazine so you could write an entry for your legal dictionary. What specific term were you going to define by using the Yoko Ono article?
Battered wives and child abuse were the 2 terms I was working on.
You, of course, have a doctorate in education. As part of that, you did extensive research in both your master's and doctoral thesis, did you not?
Correct.
Are you saying that given your educational background, the best place to get a definition for battered wives is in an issue of Penthouse magazine?
As it concerned those 2 celebrities, yes.
Was your dictionary to include a list of famous cases?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, you had 3 books on Ted Bundy, didn't you? And the book Fatal Vision.
I consider Ted Bundy to be one of the first major serial murderers.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Doctor. But isn't Fatal Vision about a doctor who kills a woman and her 2 children?
No. It was about his wife and 2 children.
Well, she was still a woman, wasn't she?
Of course she was a woman.
Your Honor!
Mr. Guyton.
All right. I have nothing further.
Mr. Smith, is there anything else that you would like to tell this jury of your peers before they pass judgment, life or death?
I wanted to mention that comb. I spent 28 years in the Army Reserve. I'm the one who got the idea for the comb. We had trouble recruiting back in the anti-military 60s. There was a TV program called 77 Sunset Strip, and on that program there was a fellow who used to comb his hair a lot. It inspired a popular song called Kooky Kooky, Lend Me Your Comb. That gave me the idea to hand out combs as a recruiting gimmick. Combs with our 79th United States Army Reserve decal on them. That comb now works against me. I did not kill Susan Reinert. I never saw her off school property at any time. And I never saw her children.
Nevertheless, you accept the judgment of your jury.
Of course. They're honest people. They made an honest decision. I accept it. That's the way it goes.
Yesterday I turned 39. I didn't remember it till today.
I wonder what it's like to spend a weekday in Philly. Hey, come down and see me sometime, fellas, next time you're there.
I think I'm suffering a letdown now that we're finally through.
Hey, Jack. Jack Holmes. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
I hear you finally come back to Troop H with us working stiffs, Jack.
Yeah, looks like.
Now, tell me something. How the hell does any homicide take 7 years to clear, you know? I think you guys had a really soft touch, and you just couldn't give it up. Am I right? Huh? Am I right, Jack?
You're right, pal. Yeah, he's got us, Jack. These guys from Harrisburg are really savvy.
I'll see you around.
Well, Gilbert and Sullivan said it.
Policeman's lot.
Ain't a happy one.
They've been out 6 hours already. I think I'll move to Denver, become a bartender at a ski resort.
I don't particularly need a death verdict. I kind of like the idea of Jay spending the rest of his life knowing that his prison buddies dimed him. How about you?
Me? I don't want Jay Smith. God wants him.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you reached a verdict of life or death?
Death.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you all rise, please? Hearken to your verdict as the court has it recorded. You say that J.C. Smith should receive death. So say you all?
We do. Your Honor, the defense requests a poll of the jury.
Very well.
Please rise. In the murder of Susan Reinert, have you reached a verdict of life or death?
Death.
In the murder of Karen Reinert?
Death.
In the murder of Michael Reinert?
Death.
In the murder of Susan Reinert, have you reached a verdict of life or death?
Death.
In the murder of Karen Reinert?
Death.
In the murder of Michael Reinert?
Death.
In the murder of Susan Reinert, have you reached a verdict of life or death?
Death.
In the murder of Karen Reinert?
Death.
In the murder of Michael Reinert?
Death.
In the murder of Susan Reinert, have you reached a verdict of life or death?
Molly, have you given your doll to Caitlin?
Uh-huh. She loves Karen, don't you, Caitlin? I love Karen.
Molly, do you remember why you named your doll Karen?
No. I've always called her Karen, haven't I?
Yes, you have, but do you remember why? Do you remember the little girl who gave her to you?
Gosh, how old was I?
2 years old?
Mom, that was a long time ago.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm getting too old for dolls.
I suppose you are.
Come on, Caitlin, let's go feed the swans.
You hear the thunder, the call of the road. No time to wonder, you gotta go. You feel excitement, yeah, like Pontiac. Get on your Pontiac and ride, Pontiac ride. Drive, Pontiac ride. Ride, Pontiac ride. Get on your Pontiac. We feel excitement.
Try it. Feel the difference between Denerex and Head & Shoulders. Denerex tingles. Tells me it's doing more.
Both have dandruff medicine, but Denerex adds both an extra anti-itch medicine and conditioner, too.
Goodbye, Head & Shoulders. Hello, Denerex.
McDonald's Egg McMuffin. Sausage biscuit. Sausage biscuit with egg. Sausage McMuffin with egg. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Who's ready to take breakfast by the hand?
Tonight on CBS Late Night. I'm Alan Frio. Coming up, it's Election Eve. The campaigning is over as the candidates wait for you to go to the polls. We'll talk live with both Mayor Wilson Goode and his Republican challenger, former Mayor Frank Rizzo, next.
Then in 1/2 hour, Dee Dee unexpectedly goes on sick leave, and Hunter wants to know why. On Hunter, catch all the action.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's special CBS presentation.
And we also hope you'll tune in next week when
Designing Women
and Cagney and Lacey
return to our usual times. Right? Right.
Wednesday, someone is trying to intimidate you. The oldest rookie aids a woman in...
He called the police. Who? Yeah, when they came down there, like, you could just see their faces, like, oh my God.
Yeah, like you told me you saw Jeffrey playing football.